Good morning and welcome to Focus on Crestview. I'm Karen Hardell, President of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce, and our guest this month is Marketing Director for Cox Pools, Miss Barbara Gudgel. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks for having me.
Now, it might be obvious, but I imagine there's a lot of things you can tell us. So I'm going to ask you, what does Cox Pools do?
That's right. It is obvious, but I love to tell the story about Cox Pools because a lot of people are new to the area and they don't know. Cox Pools has been building pools in Florida's Panhandle for 55 years.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
A long time. Actually, total of 55 years. The company started 55 years ago in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
And it was not too long that the Cox family moved their operation down to Florida and started building here in Florida. One thing I want to say right away is that a lot of people in the Crestview market especially go to shop in Pensacola and they see the Cox Pool location there. That is not us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the original Cox Pools, we used to own that company, but that was a manager that worked for us and we gave him Alabama and Pensacola.
Okay.
So if you want to do business, and we hope of course everyone does, with the original and the best Cox Pools, Richard Cox Jr., the office is in Destin and Panama City Beach, and we build pools from Fort Walton Beach and Crestview over to Tallahassee.
Okay, all right, it's quite an area. And 1956, 1957 time
55
frame?
years ago.
Okay, well that's about as old as the Crestview Area Chamber, so that's a good coincidence. So we can appreciate that longevity.
Yes.
And it's always good to see a successful local business like that.
It's if you think about it, Karen, it's very rare in today's business world where you have a company that's been in business 55 years, number one, and then number two, the same family.
Right.
I mean, it's really unheard of.
It is.
Because most companies are acquired, acquisitions and whatnot, but there's really, it's totally unheard of in the pool business. And the other thing is with the pool business, we're a luxury item.
Right.
And people don't have to have a swimming pool. Of course, everyone wants a swimming pool, but they don't have to have one. And so when the downturn happened a few years ago, it was really a great testament to the fortitude of Richard Cox and his family that they kept the company not only going, but the same service, didn't skip a beat on providing the best quality pool that you would want and that you can have. And that's the thing that, the old saying, you get what you pay for. And with Cox Pools, we typically aren't the cheapest, pool. When we come out, but you will not find a better pool built anywhere in the state of Florida. We are recognized as one of the top 5 builders in the whole state.
Oh my.
We are one of only a handful of builders that have all of our in-house crews. We don't sub anything out. And most every pool company in the whole state of Florida does it. There's only about 3 of us that have our own in-house crews. That's a big deal, because that makes the quality, that's why the quality is so second to none with the Cox Pools, is because we control every facet of the pool building stage.
So the crews that are coming to my backyard to spend a week or so, however long it takes to build a pool.
About 3 to 4, 5, 6 weeks, depending on the size pool.
So they're going to spend 5, 6 weeks in my backyard. They're employees of Cox Pool.
Absolutely. And most of them have been with us for 10, 15, 20, 25 years.
Wow.
Yes.
That must be a good place to work.
A good place to work.
Now, so Cox Pools will come and build a pool, and I assume they'll build a custom pool for you if you like. What about jacuzzis and spas and that kind of thing?
We will build any pool, small or large, that you'd like, and whatever shape you'd like. Some people build a lap pool, not very often, but that we do build lap pools. We will build, we built a pool for someone in the shape of a guitar. They were in a band.
Yeah.
But any size pool from a 12 by 24 to a 50 by 100, of course, we build almost every commercial pool in the Florida Panhandle. So whatever condominium or hotel from Pensacola to Tallahassee, the odds are we've built that pool.
Okay.
But anyway, we can build any size, any shape, and yes, we will build a custom in-ground spa. And then our retail store in Destin sells beautiful portable spas.
Okay, so you do have a retail location in Destin, and people can go there to get pool supplies and all of that, and ask questions, I assume.
Yes.
So it's nice to have a
And
storefront where you can go and talk to someone who's knowledgeable.
Absolutely, and they'll do pool schools occasionally where someone
Okay.
can come and get an education. Really maintaining your own pool is not that difficult, but it is good to have some instruction.
Well, speaking of instruction, we're going to take a break, but when we get back, I understand that May is Water Safety Month, right? So you've got a lot to tell us about staying safe near and in the water.
Absolutely.
So be sure to join us when we come back on Focus on Crestview.
When 10,000 students need to be online at the same time, Cox Business is there. When the big game relies on an even bigger communications network, we're there. And when students need the same tools and opportunities no matter where they are, we're there. With a $16 billion network and ability to route 50 million calls a day, Cox Business powers education. We're there for your business, too.
6 lives are changed forever when they are unexpectedly intertwined on the rooftop of a building set for demolition. Stagecrafters presents Skyscraper by David Auburn. Directed by Melissa Wolfe Bates, this story of life, love, friendship, and chance encounters will be performed at the Fort Walton Beach Civic Auditorium June 7th through the 9th and June 14th through the 16th. For more information, call 217-2903 or visit stagecrafters.com.
Welcome back to Focus on Crestview. I'm Karen Hardell, President of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce. And this month, our show is brought to you by Cox Pools. And with me again is my guest, Barbara Gudgel, who's Marketing Director of Cox Pools. And May happens to be Water Safety Month. And so, Barbara, what can you tell us? What's the most important thing that you can tell us about water safety?
Teach your kids how to float when they're 8 months old.
Okay.
Thereabouts. A toddler at 8 months old can learn how to float.
Okay.
And then when
So
they
it's
get
not really swimming lessons, it's just learning how not to sink.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So if a accident happened and a toddler somehow got out in the backyard around some water and they, being top heavy as a toddler and they toppled in, they know how to float. I mean, there's a great video online about a child floating around 8 months old. It's amazing.
Okay.
But kids can learn how to float around 8 months old, and then when they get old enough, get them in swim lessons.
Okay.
Swimming, all kids want to go swimming. That's what they want to do, spend their summer in the pool or at the beach, right?
Yes,
Everyone
absolutely.
loves to swim. And swimming is a great, America's favorite pastime. Everyone loves water. They love being around water, but you really do need to make sure your kids know how to swim.
Absolutely. So teach them to float, teach them to swim, but then you can't just let them go, right? You've got to make sure you keep your eyes on the kids.
That's right. Keep your eyes on the kids. And this is the little water watcher tags from the Florida Department of Health, and it says, keep your eyes on the kids. Let me say, first of all, also, Karen, that a lot of people think, when they think of drowning, they think of the Gulf of Mexico or they think of swimming pool, right? Remember, it takes 1 inch of water for someone to drown. That's it. So one of the things is, along with keeping your eyes on the kids, I also want to talk about how you need to be vigilant around your home.
Okay.
Buckets of water. You wash your car. Make sure you empty the water out of the bucket. A little plastic pool. The plastic pools people get for their dogs or their kids to splash around in. When you're done using it, flip it over. Don't leave the water in it. The little blow-up pools, like the size of this table, they blow them up, they put water in them. You got to deflate it and get all the water out of it or tip it over. So fish ponds in the backyard. There have been drownings of kids. They went to grandma's house and the grandma has a dog pet door and the little toddler that's crawling everywhere in the house crawls out the pet door. They get in the backyard. There's a fish pond.
It just doesn't take very long either, does it?
It's in the
very
time
quickly.
it takes you to answer the telephone, you can have a catastrophe on your hands.
My goodness.
So to that point, you never want to leave when you are in the backyard, let's say, or anywhere in your yard. And if you have to go in to go to the bathroom, or you have to go in to answer the phone or to answer the front door, Johnny has to go with you.
Yeah.
Don't leave Johnny in the backyard by himself. So it's very important to keep your eyes on the kids, and not, I'm talking adult supervision,
Okay.
not the teenager.
Okay.
You know, I mean, for the most part, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but again, Karen, being safe is all about, at the beach, it's keeping your eyes on the kids in the surf, or being in the surf with them, and teaching the kids about the flags and what the flags mean at the beach.
Right.
When you go to a lake, or you go to, if you have a house at the lake or whatever, you know, you have to keep the active supervision at the lake. In your backyard environment, it's layers of protection along with active supervision.
Layers of protection.
Layers of protection,
Okay.
which is like a fence, the fences that go around your pool. You know, this is your swimming pool, and you have a few feet, and then you have the fence. I'm sure
Right.
you've seen those. It can be a net that goes on top of the pool, alarms, and actually there is a product called Safety Turtle. Whereas the child, you get up on Saturday morning, you know it's a hot summer day, and you're going to be in and out from the pool to the house and doing all kinds of fun things, and you put a wristband on the child, and you have the alarm in your house. If the child fell in any kind of water at all, whether it's the bucket or the fish pond or a pool or whatever, that alarm will sound, that you know
Okay.
that the child fell into some water.
Wow.
Yeah, so again, and the kids love wearing the little wristband. They think it's like wearing a watch like mom and dad.
Right. Well, it makes me think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now. Am I showing my age with that reference? I don't know. But kids love turtles. Turtles
Yes,
are good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you have a couple kids, like the one child can have a green one, the one child a red one.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the other big thing is, if your child is going to go to a birthday party at the neighbor's house or wherever, you might ask the people's where you're taking your child, who's going to be watching the kids at the birthday party. One of the things that happens, you might find this amazing, is very often kids drown when there's a lot of people around the pool.
So nobody's really paying attention.
Right.
Okay.
Someone's cooking the hot dogs, someone's making some drinks, someone's, organizing the games, and all the kids are in the pool. So who's watching the kids in the pool? And that's the whole purpose of this Water Watcher tag this is for adults, and one adult, let's say, will take 15 minutes.
Okay.
And it's my 15 minutes to watch the kids now. And then after the 15 minutes, I hand it off to someone else. So you have, because remember, drowning is something silent. You know, the whole thing, I'm drowning, help. That's not how it works. What happens is that in situations like this, when there's a lot of people around the pool, what happens is someone says, oh, where's Jimmy? And they all start looking around for Jimmy, and come to find out, Jimmy's on the bottom of the pool, because it's a silent situation thing that happens. And typically, kids, even if they don't know how to do the strokes, they know enough how to get to the side of the wall. But again, it could be some little toddler that slipped into the water, and then he just meshed in with all the other kids. So active supervision is critical.
Absolutely. And what concerns me a lot is with parties and things like that is the roughhousing around the pool. So, someone could hit their head and fall in, and no one realize it.
Right.
And that kind of thing. So even a strong swimmer can have an accident, or something can happen, and they can,
That's
if
right.
there's no one there with them.
And
Correct?
very good point, Karen. You always want to teach your kids never swim alone.
Okay.
I mean, you want to have the active supervision, but still you want to drill into their head. If you're going to go outside, if you're going to go swimming, you don't go swimming without an adult, and you always swim with a buddy.
Right.
Just like scuba diving. You never would go scuba diving without a buddy, and the whole thing is, that's another key thing with all this, is the parents, look, when we go bicycle riding, we wear a helmet. When we get in the car, we have a seat belt, we have a car seat, right?
Right.
We have smoke detectors. And the kids are, educated on how to be safe in the car and how to be safe on their bicycle. You need to educate your kids on how to be safe around water. And the other thing is, again, around the home, the bathtubs.
Okay.
Be very vigilant. Most of the children that drown under the age of 2 do so in a bathtub.
Right. So you cannot leave them sitting there just even for a moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Close the lids to the toilets. Again, they can topple into the toilet. It just takes an inch of water.
And it just takes a moment.
It just
as
takes a
you
moment.
said.
That fast.
So layers of protection, the fence, the
The
turtle.
alarms, and you might want to have alarms on your door, whatever door leads to the pool. You know when someone goes out that door. Of course, it should always be locked, but if someone happens to come in, they forget to lock it, if there's an alarm on that door, you know when someone went out that door. And you would think, wait a minute, we're not at the pool, we're in the house. Who's going out that door?
Right, absolutely. So very good. Is there a place that people can go to learn more? Is there a website that you would recommend, or?
There are so many websites. I would just Google water safety, but also this form that we have, floridasafepools.com. Anyone can call us and request this.
Okay.
And this is like a list of things that people should be aware of around their home and around the pool. We can mail this to someone. We can scan and email it. They can stop by our Destin store to pick it up, but we'd be happy to get this and we have so many brochures and so many how-to and what-to and how to be good, teach your kids. All this information, we have tons of it at our office. We'd be happy to mail it out to anyone that would want it just by giving us a call.
Okay, all right, and what is your website real quick?
www.coxpools.com.
Okay, terrific. Barbara, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us about pool safety, water safety in general. And thanks to Cox Pools for sponsoring this month's breakfast and for coming on our show. And I want to encourage everyone to call you for all of their pool needs.
Absolutely.
As the weather, if the weather finally starts to warm up.
That's right.
Thank you for watching. Focus on Crestview. When we return, President-elect Dennis Mitchell will be joining us and will share all of the exciting things going on in the Crestview area.
At Cox Media, we are committed to creating local demand for your business through the most engaging advertising solutions available. Utilizing Cox Media's promotional, research, and production services, we'll develop a customized marketing plan that fits your budget, giving you a clear snapshot of who your customers are and how to reach them. Contact us today and start capturing the attention of your customers wherever they live, work, shop, and play. Cox Media, your customers delivered.
Packers,
Vikings,
Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Welcome back to Focus on Crestview. I'm Karen Hardell, this year's president of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce. And with me for this segment is President-elect and Mardi Gras King, Dennis Mitchell. Laissez les bon temps rouler, Dennis.
Let the good times roll indeed.
Let the good times roll. I'm very excited. Cox Pools sponsored our breakfast this month, and she didn't know what she was getting into. We had a great time. If you weren't able to be there, I hope to have pictures for you soon. We had a Mardi Gras parade, and thanks to Dr. Richie Thomas, a dentist in Crestview and past president of the chamber, who showed up with his clarinet and his red suit, looking very sharp. And thanks to Tony Taylor, police chief, for driving the Mardi Gras float. We really had a good time on Thursday at breakfast.
I'm just pleased that the chief didn't arrest us. We had a great time, as a matter of fact. We always have a good time at the breakfast. It's lots of fun. Almost as good a time as we had at the Triple B. What a great turnout we had for the Triple B this year. Oh, what perfect weather, just so much fun. But as usual, the Chamber has an awful lot of things that are going on coming up for the month of May. So let's run down all those kinds of things.
Okay, tell us about it.
Now that April's over and a couple of CPAs are through tax season, we can enjoy.
Are you through tax season? Because
not quite.
I'm not.
Well, we started out obviously with our breakfast, but on Friday the 3rd we had a ribbon cutting at Positively Scrumptious over on Main Street. If you love your pets, go by there. It was so much fun. They have the neatest things for your pets. It's really great.
They do, and April and her family that have opened that business have really put their heart into it. So it's exciting to see that kind of investment in Crestview. Absolutely.
The Health and Wellness Committee meets on May the 7th. Beth Ann Adams with Senior Home Care always does a great job with that.
Well, she's done a terrific job this year. We really appreciate everything that Beth Ann has done.
Absolutely. Government Issues is headed up by Munsell Mitchell from Chester and Barr, and this month it'll be Sheriff Ashley bringing the new drug program, very important one, so put that on your calendar.
That would be very educational.
We have another ribbon cutting coming up and an after hours. It's a combination over here for anything pawn and auction over on Highway 90. That is just an interesting place to go see. I can't wait.
I've heard a lot of great things about them, and I'm really interested and excited to go to an auction.
We have another ribbon cutting on the 10th, The View, which is right next door to Johnny O'Quigley's, and that's going to be kind of a new kind of entertainment for Crestview, the adult type entertainment. I'm looking forward to that as well. Mm-hmm. The Arts and Culture Committee, Ray Schwartz, is going to be meeting at Java Journey on the 13th. Also, don't forget that Ray will coordinate the calendar. We have the Chamber calendar, which is open to not only Chamber members, but anyone who has a function going on in Crestview.
That's open to the public. You can put it online at our website, which is visited quite often. So
yes.
That's a great resource.
Derek Lott, our past president, who's also our chair for the MAC committee, keeping a great program going there. They'll be meeting on May 14th. Derek's with CCCB Bank.
Yes.
Too many C's and too many B's, but we got it out anyway. One of our real up-and-comers in the chamber is Christy Cadenhead. She heads up our pilot committee. She's with FNBT.com, and she's done just a great job this year, the whole year long. Another ribbon cutting on May the 17th. We have at Sarbal Korean Barbecue and Sushi. Another one of those great little restaurants right there in Crestview.
Mm-hmm. Aaron and I ate there last weekend, as a matter of fact.
It's a good place to go.
Wonderful. Yeah.
On the 25th, we have the Crestview Chamber Hackers Holiday Golf Tournament.
Oh, right. Out
at Blackstone, and I just talked to Mike Roy, who's heading it up from Brian Pest Control, and that thing filled up so fast. There may be one or two little sponsor shops left, and maybe one or two for the players, teams to get out there, but I mean, it filled up in a hurry.
It did. Everybody's very excited about it this year. I think with the wonderful weather we've had and the opportunity to play at a new golf course and to support the community in that way, I think it's going to be a great success. I'm looking forward to it.
And we're just hoping that global warming thing lets up enough so we can have a warm spring eventually.
Right, yeah.
The Chamber will be closed on May 27th for Memorial Day, but on May 29th, the Ambassadors meeting, Marion McBride from Okaloosa Title and Abstract, what a great job she and her team have done.
The Ambassadors, you can always count on the Ambassadors. So that's the first place I recommend people get involved in the Crestview Chamber, especially if they're new to town. If you want to make lifetime friends and find out what's going on and be on the forefront of the most exciting and happening things, you need to join the Crestview Chamber Ambassadors.
Absolutely. The ambassadors get out there, and it is one of the best networking techniques we have. The breakfast is great, but the ambassadors, if you go out there and put the time into it, you'll find out what is going on in the city of Crestview and that general area out there. Mm-hmm. We always emphasize it's the Crestview area chamber. It is not just the Crestview city itself. We cover a very wide footprint. So anyway, a busy May coming up, and what else we have to be so busy about is we have quite a few new members
let's hear about
from
it.
April. Okay. First up would be Yvette's Canvas, and you can talk to Toby Bishop. Glad to have them join us. The Crestview Church of the Nazarene, Tammy Saunders will be your contact there. Here's a great one: elbow grease and rheumatiz cleaning services. Crystal Bain knows how to market that.
Yes.
That's a great name. Again, our pets are always important. Crestview Kennels, Jennifer Patrick, fix you right up there. Tepper Aviation, Carol Porter. Tepper is one of our very prestigious new members here, a part of that Bob Sykes Industrial Airport. These guys have an international reputation, and we're very glad to see them become members of our chamber.
Absolutely.
And we had a great time with Positively Scrumptious down there at the ribbon cutting on Friday. You just have to go by there and see April Meyer and her folks over there. It's a family-run business, and it's a fun place to go. I have, as you know, herds of animals, and I'm going down the Christmas list here to see what we're going to get all the cats and dogs.
There you go. I think they have gourmet treats, so you have to be careful when you go and figure out what's for you and what's for your pooch.
The View, contact there is Charlotte Collins. As I said, this is going to be a kind of a new and different thing for Crestview. Looking forward to seeing that go out there.
I am looking forward to that.
And over there for the folks with things that have to go on, the business of life, New York life, Karen Moody. The last one we have for our list for this month would be the Sorbal Korean Barbecue and Sushi Restaurant. Jenny Batson would be the contact there, and another, like I say, a good fun restaurant to go to.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of great places to eat in Crestview, and I recommend, even if you're not from Crestview, if you just come on into town and we'll feed you.
Well, speaking of feeding, we're going to be having our annual dinner installation.
Aha!
And that'll be July 13th.
Okay, July 13th, and that's a Thursday?
That is a Saturday.
That is a Saturday night.
It's a Saturday at 6 o'clock. It is going to be Mardi Gras in Crestview, and I don't mean a little Mardi Gras. I mean it's going to be lots of fun.
Oh, okay.
We'll have lots of live music out there. We're going to have some outstanding food. We've been working with Mary Richard and she has worked out this fabulous South Louisiana cuisine. It's going to be just great. We have a couple of early sponsors already. The Better Ledger Company. Do you know them?
A Better Ledger Company. I think that they are accounting for your success, if I'm not mistaken.
In both Crestview and Fort Walton.
In Crestview and Fort Walton.
Also, Okaloosa Title and Abstract. Mary McBride is going to be an entertainment sponsor out there, and we've just released the sponsorship information. So if you need some information, you can contact our Chamber of Commerce office, and they will be happy to send you all the information you need. But hurry, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. I know that it's going to be a lot of fun. And you just have to mention Mary Richard's name with a grand elegance, and my mouth starts watering. So everybody needs to make sure they get their tickets when they go on sale.
Exactly. If you haven't had Mary's recipes, you're in for a treat.
Absolutely. And we're going to have music and awards and lots of great fun. And so everybody needs to look for that and put it on your calendar. And I am actually looking forward to passing the gauntlet on to you. So I think the chamber is going to be in good hands.
Well, we're going to give it a shot.
All right. Well, thank you, Dennis, and thank you for watching Focus on Crestview, a production of Cox Communications and the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce.